Hey everyone, Tabitha here. Today's video is all about budgeting at uni. So I'm going to be telling you a few tips and tricks that I use myself that will hopefully make budgeting a little bit easier and more effective for yourselves. So without waffling for too long, I'm going to get into it. The first thing I wanted to talk about is how to make your loan go further. So when my loan comes in, the first thing I do is pay my rent, just so I make sure that that is 100% paid for and I don't have to worry about, oh, if I want to buy this, I don't know if I'll have enough money for rent. So yes, get my loan in and pay all the rent that I know I need to pay out of that loan instalment, and then whatever money I have left over, if there is any, that is what I have to live off basically. Once I've taken out all the money that I need for my rent, I write down money that I know is going to come into my account and money that is going to go out of my account, like direct debits or phone bills, before the next loan comes in. That gives me a lump sum of what is left over, and I divide it by the number of weeks there are until the next loan comes in. So basically, say I have £500 left over and there are 10 weeks left until the next loan comes in, and essentially I have £50 budget that I never let myself go over. That just makes me stay on track, and I know I'm going to have enough money each week until my next loan comes in. Textbooks are another thing that are crazy expensive. I would highly recommend looking on Amazon, eBay, even Depop, and a lot of the time your course at your university will have specific pages on Facebook that people sell secondhand books on. It does make a massive difference. They are a lot more expensive than I think a lot of people expect them to be. I would highly recommend only really buying secondhand books unless you find a really good deal. I've also got a few tips in terms of groceries. The first one is write a list and really try and stick to it. I am a sucker for offers. I always try and put like chocolate and biscuits in my basket that are on offer that I don't need, but sticking to a list does kind of eliminate that from happening. I also think it's quite effective if you use the sort of 3 for 2 offers, or even if you don't necessarily need 3 items, it will mean you'll save money in the long run because you won't have to be buying it in the future for full price because you would have bought 3 for 2. My last little grocery related tip is try and substitute branded items for the shop's own brand. For example, this is kind of love it or hate it, but I love Marmite and I was spending a lot of money on Marmite, like full price branded jars of Marmite, but now I go for the Tesco's own. I do that with a lot of other things as well, and it just does make a massive difference. So that's another way you can save money on food. Another great way to save money is by packing your own lunches for when you've got a long day on campus. Some days I have 9 to 5 lectures and a break at lunchtime, which is great to have a break, but it does mean I tend to go to a cafe and buy food, which can be quite expensive if I do it multiple times a week. I think a way to save money in terms of lunch is by making your own the night before and taking it in. You can save money and spend like 20p making your own sandwich rather than spending £3 buying one out. Another way that I know is incredibly popular to save money when you're eating out or even shopping is with an NUS card or uni days. These obviously give you student discounts, but even if you're not a student, you could get the app Voucher Cloud, which often gives bigger discounts than the student discounts themselves. My flatmate last year introduced me to this and I'm absolutely obsessed with it. It goes off your location, so it comes up with the offers that are available near you. There's like second main for £1 at Carluccio's, 50% off mains at Frankie and Benny's. It's not just food related, it's mainly food, but you can get money off jewelers, cinema tickets, so many different things. So if you don't have Voucher Cloud, you don't have to be a student to get it, so get all your family on that hype. I've saved so much money and it's just a fantastic app that I think everyone should have. Who doesn't love a bargain? The next tip is something that I definitely do, and that is if you're going clubbing and they have a sort of cheaper early entry, try and go for that. I know the club might be empty when you get there, but within a few minutes it's going to be packed. You're going to have saved some money, like for example Mosh, £2 entry before 11:30 goes up to £5 full price, I think. I always go in early entry. Yeah, if you want to go clubbing and the club you want to go to does an early entry for a cheaper price, it's just a way to save money, and to be fair, it's like an extra £3 to spend on drinks or McDonald's afterwards. Now, obviously a lot of students go to university in a city that isn't their home city or hometown. I'm one of these people, but it means I have to get a lot of trains and this can become so expensive. So I highly recommend getting a rail card. I feel like most people do get them anyway. I know a lot of banks let you have a rail card if you set up a student account with them. I bought mine, it was about £30, but the first time I used it, it paid for itself. It saves a third on all train journeys. If you don't have a rail card, I would invest in one because they basically pay for themselves immediately anyway. The last method of saving money that I can think of that I do is, instead of printing off all my lecture slides and having to pay for printer, ink, paper, or even print a credit in the library, I type up all my notes on the computer. Instead of writing out paper flashcards, which are expensive to buy, I use Quizlet and I keep all my flashcards online in one place, which means that wherever I am, on any device, I can access the flashcards and revise. Not only is it entirely free, but it does mean that the trees are left standing. So that's it for this video, guys. I hope you found it useful, and I hope I've given you some good tips on how to save your money or spend it more wisely when at university. I do feel like it's something I'm actually quite good at. I'm always looking for a bargain. I'm losing my voice. So thank you for watching, and I'm sure I'll be back very soon with another video. Bye guys!